Hello and welcome, friends. Welcome to a premiere, a first episode. This is my first attempt to do a review of a fountain pen ink. For my first episode, I have recently acquired this Montblanc ink, the Royal Blue. It comes in this box. On the back of it, we have made in Austria, the site www.montblanc.com, item number, a code bar, and some other commercial symbols. This is a 60 milliliter ink, and the color is written in different languages. A royal blue. I already broke the seal. You pull this off and it reveals the beautiful ink. It has this protective pack. I will leave this also aside. And this is the beautiful ink bottle, and I will remove it. Inside of the box I can see a leaflet. I hope I can get it. Yes. And this is the box. I will leave it aside, guys. Let me see what we have here. I bet it's written in different languages. So, filling your fountain pen. Yes, it has some instructions on how to fill a piston filler, I think. Let me see, guys. We will look just at those pictures. So, filling your fountain pen. Yes, there are written instructions for a piston filler. Going by airplane, it shows you how to store your fountain pen in your pocket or your shirt pocket, so always with the cap up and not down. And let me see in English. Yes, for complementing your fountain pen, Montblanc offers various ink colors to suit every individual taste and occasion. The following colors are available. This is interesting. So, Mystery Black, Royal Blue, Midnight Blue, Burgundy Red, Amethyst Purple, Toffee Brown, Irish Green, Modena Red, Manganese Orange, Cool Gray, Pop Pink, Permanent Ink Blue, and Permanent Ink Black. The 60 ml Montblanc ink bottle features a special front compartment for emptying residue. Okay, important note. The ink feed system of a Montblanc fountain pen is perfectly in line with the physical characteristic of Montblanc ink, which has been especially developed for this purpose. Thus, to ensure constantly flawless functionality and a smooth writing feeling, use only Montblanc fountain pen ink. Always keep your fountain pen freshly filled and carry it with the nib pointing upwards to avoid leakage. Some cleaning instructions. To take the best care of your Montblanc fountain pen, it should be cleaned approximately every 3 months. Cleaning is indispensable, particularly in the following cases. If the ink has dried out due to lack of use, feed system blocked, if a different ink color is to be used, if the flow of ink becomes intermittent or stops. For cleaning your fountain pen, use only lukewarm water without additives of any kind. Continue filling the pen with water until the water comes out noticeably cleaner. Cleaning of fountain pens with piston converter should ideally be carried out using a Montblanc cleaning cartridge. It is impossible to prevent condensation forming inside the cap. Nib and cap should always be clean using a lint-free damp cloth. Please refer to the writing instrument service guide for further handling advice. Okay, guys. And the last part, important notice. Permanent ink contains more solids than other inks, which build up inside the fountain pen over time. The water in the ink, which causes it to flow, evaporates, leaving behind soot and sediments that line the capillary grooves of the ink regulator and the fine capillarities of the piston filling mechanism. For this reason, it is important to clean the fountain pen with lukewarm water after every use of permanent ink to keep it in perfect condition. Do not use with flexible nib. Okay, so these instructions are also in German, in French, Italian, Spanish, and Portuguese, I can see. And here in Russian, Japanese, and Chinese. Okay, guys, so these are the instructions. Quite a big pack. This is the beautiful ink bottle. It certainly looks quite nice. Made in Austria, Blue Royale. Maybe 2008 was the production date. I don't know, I just bought it. So, by the way, guys, I just bought this fountain pen ink and it cost me 100 lace or 20.34 euros or 24.82 American dollars. So I bought it brand new from a boutique that sells Montblanc products in my town of Brașov, Romania. And I'm ready to do the review of this ink, but I'm not familiar with the review of one ink. So I think that the proper way to review a ink is just select a few favorite fountain pens from my collection that have different nibs, different style of nibs, and why not, there are also a few popular models. So the Lamy 2000, definitely a must-have in every collection. A Pelikan M800, definitely a must-have in every collection, but also some special vintage fountain pens. I think that I will fill them up. Some of the fountain pens have broken filling mechanisms, so I will just dip them in this beautiful ink and we will see how they perform. So this practically will be my review of the ink. I'm sorry, I didn't watch other YouTube reviewers of ink because I wanted my ink review to be quite original, and I hope that you will like it. And please let me know in the comments that if you want me to do different stuff with this ink. Maybe you are interested in other types of exercises, but now it will be the classic phrase with the fox, maybe some reverse writing. I'm not so sure, but we will do it in time. So I thought that I will start in chronological order, and I will start with the oldest fountain pen from this bunch. This, guys, is a Scheffler flat top lifetime. It has this dot here, the white dot. So a lifetime from 1928. It is a lever filler, and I'm sure it is functional, but I will simply use it dipped in this beautiful ink. It has this wonderful gold nib. You can see, I think it's a 14 karat gold nib. It's quite a rigid nib, and you will see what I'm talking about in a few moments. So, let me open for the first time this ink bottle. Oh. I'm not so. I don't think it's. Yes. I think the glue has. I hope I can. Okay, sorry guys. I am not prepared Let me take a little bit of tissue from here. Yes, so I have a little bit of tissue. And guys, I will simply leave the ink bottle here. I will dip this in ink. And I will try to write as good as I can. Maybe, let me see. Let me give it a little bit of zoom, but not so much. Okay, I think this is okay. So, first of all, let me tell you what I have here. I have a Scheffer flat top lifetime from 1928. Okay, so let me see how juicy it is. You can see. Let me see if I can reverse write with it. Reverse. Okay, I'm quite surprised. Some line variation. Not really. And yes, let me tell you about the fox. I'm sorry guys, I will try to write as narrow as I can to fit all the fountain pens. So the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. As you can see, a wonderful shade of blue. I quite like it. Okay, so this was my writing sample with this Scheffer from 1928. I will leave it aside. The next one is a beautiful Italian model from 1932, a beautiful Omas Extra in this cylindrical form, a wonderful fountain pen, again a lever filler, but I will just use it as a deep fountain pen. A beautiful 14 karat 585 Omas Extra nib, a wonderful nib. I will put it here. So again, repeating the procedure, just dipping it in this wonderful ink, remove the excess ink, and now I am ready for the writing sample. So this again, it is an Omas Extra from 1932. Again with this, whoa, quite a juicy nib. Let me see, a reverse writing, reverse, okay, it can reverse write, and some line variants. This has a little bit of flex to it. Okay, let me tell you about the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Quite nice, quite nice. Let me put it here. And now, for your pleasure guys, I have quite a rare fountain pen. This is a beautiful German Schoneken 111 Extra from 1953. It has a wonderful nib. A beautiful nib, as you can see, a 585 gold nib, a wonderful nib. By the way, guys, this I believe it's a double oblique broad nib, so a BBS nib, and I think it's a double broad oblique nib. Again, the click filling mechanism is broken, or I don't know how to use it, but I will simply dip it in ink. Okay, I think this is enough. Now let me put it here and write with it. So a Schoneken 111 Extra, a beautiful celluloid model from 1953. Okay, You see the difference between the lines. Let me see if I can reverse write with it. Reverse, yes, it is possible. Like this. And now let me tell you about the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. As you can see, a wonderful, wonderful writer. And again, guys, for your viewing pleasure, look at those lines. So, quite wet. Okay, let me put this here on the tissue. And now we move on to, let's say, a modern fountain pen, an iconic fountain pen, which was launched in 1967, but this is a version from, I believe, 1969, quite an early version. And guys, I have one small rule, and I think that it would do quite well. So if I use the previous fountain pens just dipped, although this is in perfect working order, I will use it also dipped. It took me quite a long to clear the reservoir because I don't want the Montblanc ink to be contaminated. But I think it will be a fair comparison between them if I also dip in ink this fountain pen. So this is the fountain pen. I will just dip it in ink. Okay. Bear in mind, guys, because this has a hooded nib, it might take two dippings in ink, but you will see about that. So this beautiful model is a Lamy 2000. It has a beautiful gold nib, 14 karat gold nib. Okay, a Lamy 2000 from 1969. Okay, let me see now how. Quite juicy. For reverse writing is possible. Reverse. Okay. Quite nice. I'm impressed. Let me see some line variations which we have. Yes. And let me tell you about the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Quite a nice, beautiful Lamy 2000. And now, back to the modern days, this is a fountain pen, the first Souverain M800 fountain pen launched in 1987, and this model in front of you is a model from 1987 or from 1988, equipped with a beautiful broad nib, a 14 karat broad nib, and the same policy. So I will just dip it in ink, remove the excess ink, and now I will write with it. So bear in mind, guys, this is a broad nib. This is a Pelican Souverain M800 from 1987. It should be quite juicy, as you can see. No flex. And the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. I'm sorry, I didn't test the reverse writing. Let me see. Yes, reverse is quite possible, and it transforms a B to an F, I think. Okay, quite nice. Let's put this on the tissue. I have a modern Souvron M800, and I know about the fact that it's a model one from this logo. So this dates from approximately 2003 till 2010 when changed the design logo of the cap. And this, I believe it has an M nib, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, an M nib. This time an 18 karat M nib. So dip it, remove the excess ink, and I'm ready to write with it. So this is a Pelican Souverain M800. Let's say a black one. Dates from approximately 2003 till 2010. Okay, nice. Some line variation. And let me see. Reverse. Well, not so good. The reverse writing for this is a no. It scratches a little bit. Okay, let me tell you now about the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. This is the way the Pelican Souverain writes. Let me put it also here. And the last fountain pen, guys, is a beautiful, beautiful Montblanc. So the fountain pen that this ink was made for. This is a Montblanc Meisterstuck 146, a piston filler. The model is Solitaire Douai. It has a beautiful sterling silver cap, and I hope that I can find the yes, you can see 925 on the cap. It is quite a heavy cap, but when you uncap it and write it with it uncapped, you will see the beautiful weight, which is quite affordable for long writing sessions. So this has the original sticker is an M, as you can see, an M, a medium nib. Just like all of them, I will just dip it in ink. I will remove the excess of ink. And now I am ready for the writing sample. I'm sorry guys, I will write the name of it here and I will do the brown fox over here, so bear with me. So first of all, this is a beautiful Montblanc. This is a Meisterstuck 146, so a leg round, but this is known as a Solitaire Douai. It has a beautiful sterling silver solid 925 cap. The size of the nib is M. Let me see how juicy it is. Quite juicy. Okay. And let me see if we can reverse write with it. So reverse. No, not a possibility. It scratches, so no, definitely no reverse writing. But now I am ready for the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. And this is it, guys. This was my review. Let me do a signature review. Okay, let me put this here. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this small review of an interesting ink. It's not quite a cheap ink, but look at the presentation. It's quite a nice ink. I want to thank you for your time. Again, if you have some suggestions for the ink sample, please leave them in the comments. So those are the fountain pens. You can see different shades of the same ink, and just look at the difference between the nibs. So it's important the ink, but also the nib, and you can see them quite clearly. You can see the difference between a broad nib and an M nib. You can see the difference between an open nib and a hooded nib, like the one you saw on the Lamy 2000, and different shades of the same ink. I want to thank you guys for your time. I hope you've enjoyed this review of a wonderful ink from Montblanc. If this episode will have success, I will bring you other inks that I currently use. You must know that I'm not a cheap person, but I don't like to spend too much money on my inks. So this ink was quite expensive for me. I usually go for the Parker Quick or the Pelikan 4001 or the cheap Faber-Castell inks, and even the Chinese inks don't bother me. But I saw this and I thought to myself that it is a quite nice price, and I should have a Montblanc proper blue ink in my collection. And look at this beautiful ink bottle. So when I am through with the ink in it, I will place it on my desk and I will refill it with much more cheaper ink, or maybe I will afford to buy a new Montblanc color of ink, because there are nice interesting shades, as you saw on this leaflet. Quite nice colors and interesting colors. I think I will go for a green one and maybe a brown one, because I have some brown fountain pens and I like to match the color of the exterior of the fountain pen with the ink color. Thank you guys for your time. Wherever you are, I want to wish you to have a wonderful day. This was my review. I hope you've liked it. If you've liked it, please subscribe to my channel to support my activity. I will see you again at the next episode. Till then, please take care of yourself, guys, and God bless. Bye bye.